But nice to see them reconnect. Gary David, Coach Mike Sagigit, and well, Tumika's report. Matagal, they're banking on chemistry, talking about Bataan, almost the same core from last season, and they put in a new some new pieces during the free agency and trade window.
Right.
So far, mixed results, especially this ball game, but Carl Bringas inside, he's been a spark plug off the bench. Has scattered in 6 points.
So the confusion right there on who the tagger was of that roll by Bringas. De La Cruz did not want to leave El Granada wide open in the corner. Kahit nakakapasok lamang nito ngayong start ng fourth quarter natin.
Now challenging the shot of Alex Cabagnot, but he hits it.
Look at his former teammate, Gary David.
72-52. Happy foul.
So the quarter scoring, excuse me, not 22, 24-8. Third quarter by Ilagan.
Three-point shot brought to you by the Extreme Water Protected Speakers. Dive into music with Extreme Speakers. Kani draws contact. 2 free throws coming up for Hubert.
Great timing on the clear out that eventually led to an empty ball screen and a reject of the screen by Hubert, creating enough contact to get to the line. A line wherein itong Bataan has relatively struggled to make baskets below 60% as a team.
And this is a squad that thrives on heavy volume in terms of three-point makes, getting themselves in transition. But so far, Ilagan has put a halt to that. Especially that third quarter.
It's really more of Bataan beating themselves because we kept on mentioning in that third quarter, pinapatira sila. You know, and itong Ilagan, like packing the paint, and then they're making the right plays, kicking it out to they had pretty much 9 out of the 10 shots were really open. It was just a matter of them knocking shots down.
Hubert Kani missing his first couple of free throws. The first one was a technical free throw. Tinawagan ng technical foul ang Ilagan during the dead ball situation. Finally hits one. Still a 19-point ball game. Rondon Gumaru, Alex Cabagnot, Arf de la Cruz, TJ Felebrico, and J-Boy Solis ang nasa loob. Libre si Gumaru. Natulis yung kanyang tres. Solis fighting for it. Pero siya na rin yung last touch. Bola babalik sa Bataan.
Asking for a foul of the ball kay J-Boy Solis. So the coaching staff of Ilagan, they will not get the call, did not get the call.
Kani still with the basketball against Art de la Cruz. Swings it to Carl Bringas. Gary David for 3. Another rebound by Art de la Cruz. 18 points and 14 boards.
Change of defense in this possession para sa Bataan. They drop into a zone, led to an open corner three-pointer. They catch a break, the Risers.
Kani tossing the timeline. Gary David, no hesitation, and he drills one from beyond the arc.
On the other end, Ilagan does not catch a break. Only the second attempt of Kuya Gary. Pumasok na. Down to the 16 ang Kalamangan.
Sitting on this 2-3 zone ng Bataan. The cut fouled from behind was Art de la Cruz.
That's the problem with the zone. Players tend to relax off the ball. A good job nonetheless by Art de la Cruz attacking the gap of the zone. 2 steps below the free throw line. Good recognition. by his teammate. 2 freebies for him. I believe that was Solis who just checked out. Pumasa sa kanya.
Sablay, unang free throw ni Art de la Cruz, his first miss at the stripe. Knew it was a miss, so he got off too early, resulting into a free thrower violation. So Bataan catching another break, chance to chop down this lead. Alfred Flores with Gary David, Hubert Cani, Carl Bringas, and Chris Javier. Flores lobs it inside, Bringas catches and scores.
Nobody helping the roller right there. Robbie Celis looking at his teammates. Everybody just watching.
Not same spot. Different result this time. Cani gets past Ayaay, dumps it down low. Bringas will score. Extreme ang subok at kompletong Francis brand ng Pilipinas.
Mini run right now is Bataan. I was expecting a timeout. It looks like Coach Louie is going to trust his boys. Paranada with a miss.
For shot. Bataan knocking on the door. Down by just a dozen. Hubert goes right at MJ. And he draws contact. Free throw coming up. Free throws rather coming up for Hubert. Fast break of the game brought to you by Sports Plus, the official sports book of the Mpbl.
MJ Ayaay, I thought, was in a position to stop the basketball. But the blow-by Hubert Cani, and then the fine for that basket. Was that Bringas?
Yeah, it was
Bringas, yeah. And then Hubert Cani making things happen once again by getting to the line.
Miss free throws though.
Once again.
2 of 5 lang si Hubert Cani. Sazon earlier was just 1 out of 7. Solis comes back into the ball game, replacing Arf de la Cruz. 11 ang kailangan pang habulin ng Bataan. Biggest lead was at 20 points earlier. So they are in the midst of a 9-0 run. Talking about the One Bataan Risers. Ayaay off the dribble, leaning in. Wala. Nakuha ni Hubert Cani. Gary David lurking behind. Cani drives, bounce pass. Bringas, good! Lead is down to single digits at 9 points. Carl Bringas with 10 points, all coming in the second half.
That's that song by Mariah Carey, Love Takes Time. The same thing with ball screen actions. You gotta take your time, just like what Hubert Cani did. Waited for the perfect moment for the bounce. Nice finish. Now Bataan down by 9. Of that. And now everybody, come on. You gotta say it with more conviction, my friend.
Kaya nga sinadjust ko yan eh. For them to have their moment. 72-63. Ilagan has been scoreless for the last 3 minutes and a half. Nakaagaw pa ang Bataan. Chance to inch closer. Gary David facing up against Kyle Paranada. Rising up over him. Wala. Bringas tumatrabaho sa ilalim. And he will draw a foul on J-Boy Solis.
Was just more alert with the basketball. Naunahan niya, no, sa posisyon, and then got favored with the bounce on the same side kung nasaan si Bringas. But almost a basket shooting over the defender. The smaller defender was Gary David over Paranada. And because Ilagan is already over the limit this early, 2 free throws for Bringas.
Carl Bringas. Kantis yung unang free throw. And 45 left. Bringas did not even play in the first 2 quarters. We saw one earlier last Tuesday. LGR is the official outfitter of the Mpbl. Rizal against Zamboanga, where Zamboanga took the lead late in the third. Coach Don Dulay inserting J.R. Chavez, who did not even suit up the first 3 quarters, exploding for 14 points, all in the fourth, to bring Rizal back and pick up a victory. Carbringas trying to imitate that, but a foul against Bataan this time around on that move by Robbie Celis.
Strong move by Robbie Celis, attacking middle after 2 dribbles. Looks to be inside the cylinder. But was there enough contact though? Papasok. The way I saw that, baka pumasok yung rule of verticality eh. Nasa cylinder, inside the cylinder ni Robbie Celis.
Okay. I'll get clarification from our game announcer. So there was a whistle.
Foul on number 3, Alfred Flores is third. Warning on number 3.
So the foul was on Vargas, not even on Bringas.
No, si Flores.
Flores, rather. Now, if the foul was on Flores, then this has to be a successful challenge. I didn't see a foul by Flores.
So Bataan ang nagcha-challenge. Is that right?
Yeah.
Tama. Okay. The yellow light is on. We'll be back to find out if Bataan is right.
Is this a challenge after a challenge? Feels that way.
Upon review, the challenge was successful.
Yeah, successful challenge by Bataan. Jump ball at center court.
And here's the move. There's Flores. Clearly no foul on Flores.
Coach Louie probably arguing that kahit pa walang foul dun kay Flores.
Yung kay Bringas, para sa akin, mas may foul yung kay Bringas eh. But the foul was on Flores, which I agree with the challenge being successful. But if the foul was called on Bringas, then I thought that was a good... It should have been a call like that.
Ilagan wins the tip. 10 on their shot clock. Celis backing down Bringas. Turnaround shot. Wala. Bataan. 5 minutes left.
But still, Art De La Cruz on the bench. He checked out at the 6-minute mark.
Bringas forcing his way in.
May challenge pa ba ang Ilagan?
Si Celis pinituan ng kanyang pangalawang foul.
And if you're Ilagan, the way Bataan has been poorly making their free throws, you might be doing yourselves a favor here. But we'll see.
Yeah. 0 out of 3 from Carl Bringas. Finally makes one. 72-64. Just past the halfway point of the fourth. Cabagnot. Ilagan looking to restore order. They've been scoreless for 5 minutes already. Last basket was that 3 earlier by Alex Cabagnot. They throw the ball away. Kani may tangan ng bola. Pass deflected. Cabagnot saves it to Mosqueda. Alex. Celis buo posisyon. At may pito laban sa Bataan. It's gonna go against Carl Bringas.
Only the second team foul of Bataan.
Which Mike's sticking with Carl Bringas at the moment. Chino Mosqueda. Pass to Alex Cabagnot. The runner by Alex. Good. Plus the foul.
Landed awkwardly on his right foot. Good to see him standing up. Here's the blow by attacking the middle.
Push from behind. Yung tinawag doon. Ives Sazon. Alex Cabagnot.
9 points off the bench. 4 of 12 from the field. This is his first trip at the line, and it's a make.
6 of those 10 points coming here in the fourth. 4 minutes remaining. Balik sa 11 lamang. Chris Xavier, challenge free, but makes it anyway over J-Boy Solis.
You cannot ask for more about that challenge by Celis. Almost felt like he partially blocked that.
Manny Pay, the digital wallet built for the community.
Chris Xavier gets the obvious bounce.
Cabagnot lets it fly. No good. Sazon the rebound. Bataan still has time, down by 8. Hubert launches, not close. Bola na tapik. Nakakay Gumaro ang bola. Celis slams on the brakes. Now will post up Ives Sazon. Mosqueda to Cabagnot, back to Chino. 9 on their shot clock. Where is this offense going for Ilagan?
Dribbling violation.
De La Cruz, babalik sa loob for Ilagan. Robbie Darang replacing Hubert Cani.
I thought they had a chance there to repost Robbie Celis. Good job by Bataan with the early double. Cabagnot, that was a 2-on-1 on the weak side. He hesitated to shoot the 3 because there was still time on the clock.
Javier, pass to Alfred Flores, getting past Gumaru. And 2 free throws coming up for Alfred.
Having him slightly hostage right there on the, as he was able to turn the corner. As Gumaru was on the hip of Flores.
Alfred Flores with 8 points. 3 of 3 from the line. This one to make this a 2-possession ball game. That rattles in. 75-69. All of Ilagan's points coming from Alex Cabagnot with 6. Mosqueda. Pass to Alex. Bothered by Robbie Darang. Celis against Chris Xavier. The switch. 8 on the shot clock. Celis leading in. And a big basket by Robbie Celis. Robbie Celis with 14 points.
All in the second half. Scoreless was Robbie in the first half.
The other Robbie drills a free. Darang cuts the deficit to 5.
A much needed basket. Also a much needed stop if you're Bataan.
Last 2 minutes brought to you by Sports Plus, the official sportsbook of the Mpbl. Celis peeks at the clock. 10 seconds left against Chris Xavier. Trying to beat him off the dribble. Pass to Art De La Cruz. A second remaining. Will not get it off in time. Yeah, clearly, was still in his hands.
Substitution, MJ Ilagan for number 1.
Very important for Bataan to score here. Behind by 5 points. Galliano papasok. Papalitan na si Carl Bringas.
What a spark by Carl Bringas. Did not see action in the first half and was able to score even in double figures all in the second half. He came in along with Gary David. Their team was down double digits. Now, he goes out. Single digits ang kalamangan ng Ilagan at 140.
Something happened even before the ball got inbounded. We heard a whistle. They're reviewing it. A minute and 40 left in regulation. Yan, Ilagan was up by 20 earlier. Dito yung pito, foul.
Mosqueda.
Okay.
I don't know what should be called here after seeing the replay.
I'm confused.
If you're going to play it safe, double foul.
Number 22, Chino Mosqueda is 4th. Substitution.
Yeah, just a foul on Mosqueda.
So it's one free throw and then another possession. Tama ba?
Yeah,
Yeah,
kasi hindi
that's
pa
the rule.
na-inbound yung
Correct.
basketball eh.
So that is costly on the part of Ilagan and not smart, obviously, on the part of Chino Mosqueda.
Flores, fourth guy in double figures for Bataan with 10. 4-point lead. Darang, 23-8 in favor of Bataan in the fourth. Darang trying to shake off MJ Ayaay. 10 seconds left on their shot clock. Darang decides to pull up from 3 and he hits it. Lead is down to 1.
He got the switch off the ball screen, which had a lengthier challenger right in front of him, yung pinakamahaba na si Solis.
Solis, laban kay Galliano. Dating magkaampi sa Olivares. 6 on the shot clock. Offensive foul on J-Boy Solis.
J-Boy Solis expressing how he was held before the moving screen called against him. This was the ball screen action, the switch. Hand down, man down. That was the situation. At ito, yung sinasabing moving screen called by the official. Right here.
Important to note for Ilagan, no Art De La Cruz on the floor. Flores drives to take the lead, too strong. Last touch. Ilagan basketball, they could review it under the last 2 minutes.
That was not an obvious tap by whether a white shirt or a dark shirt. So definitely deserves a review. Here's the replay.
Big call coming up.
On this angle, look to the last touch by Galliano.
At yun na nga,
Oh, wow. Yeah.
babalik ang bola sa Ilagan. Still clinging on to this 1-point lead. So the Cowboys have Gino Mosqueda, Alex Cabagnot, Robbie Celis, MJ Ayaay, and J-Boy Solis.
If you're Bataan, anything but a 3, because it would make this game 2 possessions. That's how costly the free throw was, the foul by Chino Mosqueda.
MJAI forcing it up. Hatalbog palabas. Last touch si J-Boy Solis. Oh wait! I thought it was clear, but the referee had a better angle.
Clear to you, but not clear to me. I'm scheduled for a checkup next week with my eyes, so I'm not going to say anything that far.
Ilagan only 8 points here in the fourth quarter. Bataan similarly had 8 points in the third period. It has been a game of runs. First half was pretty close. Ilagan ended up with a 3-point lead at halftime, and they overturned their initial call. Bataan with a basketball. They have a timeout. 27 seconds left. Will stay on the air. This was the last out-of-bounds play off the miss by MJAI. It was clearly off the fingertips of J-Boy Solis.
That's why he had to chase it down.
So let's listen in to see what Coach Mike has drawn up.
Best na muna best. Mas muna best. Listen in power. Hubert. Chris, dito sa kabila. Joshua to, Joshua. Hubert. Sino isang ako, Chokon. Fred. Hubert, inawabar na yung Hubert. Okay. Down screen. Lalabas si Hubert dito. Tapos timing din lang. Tapos sino to? Robbie. Timing ka gamitin mo kaya. Lalabas. Baka may motion eh. Pag wala nakuha ni Hubert dito, ball screen na tayo rito. Stop na tayo. Claire, kay Chris ha. Huwag niyo madali na. Chris ha. Pagkatake, pag nag-switch, i-roll mo, labas tayo makita. Tapos 55 tayo.
Alright, 27 seconds remaining. Bataan down by 1. Each team has a timeout left. Bataan has had their share of troubles in close games. Had that overtime loss against Pasig. Had that big lead against Mindoro, then lost it in the end game. Lost by 2. Let's see if they could redeem themselves against Ilagan. Javier catches, Flores drives, pass deflected, Mosqueda gets it, and a foul on Flores.
A costly turnover by Alfred Flores, obviously, who seemed to me was undecisive of what he wanted to do after the drive. Almost like he had predetermined he was going to drive and kick. And because that was the case, at 2 feet up in the air, Robbie Celis read that perfectly.
And he was lucky to escape with just a regular foul on that push. Now if you're Bataan, 19 seconds left. Ilagan inbounding in the backcourt.
Here's the thing. To me, their best free throw shooter in the clutch is pretty much 80 feet away from the basketball right now in Robbie Celis. Now Paranada checks in for free throw purposes.
Paranada trapped in the corner. A steal! But Javier was caught stepping on the baseline.
Now the problem with that inbound of Ilagan was the receiver was too close to the baseline. Kalaban mo ang baseline dyan. Right here, the quick double off the inbound. Chris Javier with the anticipation. And I believe that the left leg, the left foot of Chris Javier was on the line,
Yeah.
which prompted our officials to make the call. Hard to tell if it's a replay na yun. They're gonna review it.
Kumbaga sa larong kalye, galing sa labas.
Right.
Because his feet were, like you said, were out of bounds.
Yeah, was not established.
Oo.
Yun yung tawag dun, no?
So tense moments.
But we had an official there, though. I understand the last two reviews, especially the out of bounds here by Solis, the out of bounds here by Galliano, the first review. But that to me does not deserve a review anymore because official number 42
Maynard Centeno.
was right in front of the play.
Yeah. Baseline inbound pa rin for Ilagan.
So a different formation this time with Robbie Celis. He looks to be the receiver.
He's parked at the corner. And a quick foul. Celis though,
Foul number 23, Joshua.
tonight has been spectacular in terms of production.
Not a good job, I thought, was Galliano. I know they're forced to foul, clock not on their side, but if you do the math, one of the best scenarios there was forcing an 8-second violation. If Galliano was able to cut off that sideline, a double was coming, maybe force another steal and turnover, which will happen in your court. But instead, he doesn't do that and fouls Robbie Celis. Now, the good news is, even though Robbie completes the second free throw, it's only a one-possession ball game. Bataan still with one more timeout. The same thing with the Cowboys.
Celis 15 points, 3 of 3 from the line. 13.5 seconds remaining. Gets the friendly bounce on the second. Bataan using their last timeout. And Coach Mike Sagigit, very interesting what he wants to do here on this possession.
Best up tayo. Chris, si Des, si Alfred, Robbie! Hindi! Wala si Joshua. Okay. Robbie, ikaw na to. Alfred at saka si Iber si Koto. Okay. Sino yung 4 natin? Hubert. Sino mo Hubert? Pag screen kay Alfred, labas corner. Pag meron, puga. Pag wala, balikan muli. Labas dyan. Tapos, ito. Sa'yo. Tama? Tama? Ako ko. Makika kayo. Hindi tayo. Pag wala nangyari dyan, kunin mo. Atake. Hanap tayo. Triple sell. Let's go.
Yeah, 13.5 seconds left. You heard the voice of Coach Mike Sagigit.
But whatever was drawn up, to me, this has to be a catch and shoot situation on the first catch. Because even if it results as a miss, two things can happen. You give yourselves a chance for an offensive rebound. Second, even if Ilagan gets a defensive rebound, you still have a chance to foul, hope for 2 misses. This is taking too much time right here.
Javier, pasa kay Hubert Cani.
And
5
now,
seconds left.
Now, they're forced, he has to make this shot.
Air ball. And that's the ball game.
It took too long. But not to take away anything from Ilagan, that was well defended, especially the handling of the ball screen. MJII, one of their better defenders, disciplined enough not to bail out Hubert Canny with a foul, contested that enough to force an obvious miss.
Ilagan will call for time. We'll be right back. Facing his old team.
A former champion as well. Was he part of that season
Yes,
3? Yeah, he was.
Ilagan, all they have to do
Official time remaining.
is inbound the basketball. They put some time on the clock, adding a second, so 1.9 seconds remaining. What you don't want to do if you're Ilagan is commit an inbound violation or a 5-second inbound violation. Tabagnot lobs it up, the clean catch. Celis fouled.
By his former teammate, Caloocan. Si Barguma.
Both of them played in the preseason with Caloocan. Robbie Celis. How about this performance from him?
It was big time in the second half. Almost non-existent scoring-wise. He was non-existent scoring-wise in the first half. A different story in the second half, especially in the absence of Arth de la Cruz for whatever reason here in the fourth quarter. Now he checked out at the 6-minute mark for a short breather, came back in 3:30 mark, right about that time, but for whatever reason, I saw him holding to his, I believe his left leg, somewhere near his groin, which is his former injury. He missed about 4 games, I believe, because of that injury. And Robbie Celis stepping up.
Mintis, and that's gonna do it. Ilagan Isabela survives and getting a firm hold of that number 4 spot in the North Division and beating the One Bataan Risers. And Bataan battling back from 20 points down but fell short. The Cowboys earning their 11th victory of the season. And this guy they acquired during the free agency and trade window, he was a huge lift off the bench. Robbie Celis, our best player of the game, brought to you by Sports Plus, the official sportsbook of the MPBL.
Robbie Celis answered the call in the second half. I thought his demeanor in the second half of how he read the floor, especially the defense of Bataan with their switching and, you know, just his timing of his baskets were timely and attacking mismatches on the post. Ang ganda nung kanyang basa doon compared to the first half. And syempre, nabanggit natin yung pagsalo niya, no, sa absence ni Arth in the fourth quarter.
And he is standing by with Mika.
Maraming salamat, Rob. Pure effort, 17 points ka sa larong ito. Pero more than that, yung tulong mo talagang alagaan yung bola dahil nakakahabol na talaga sila. Kumusta ka pagkatapos ng larong ito?
First of all, syempre, I want to thank God for this win. Ganyan talaga no? Magkakaroon sila ng run, magkakaroon kami ng run, pero at the end of the day, kailangan alagaan talaga namin yung bola. No? Ang dami naming turnovers and na-convert nila lahat yon. So, hope next practice, malamang yun ang papracticean namin.